tackle at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! They win!
Sometimes Roy Hinson steps in there, but McCormick going up with Stepanovic, and the season is underway. John Long in the backcourt with the ball is joined by Vern Fleming. That's David Wingate, a starter now for the Sixers on Long. Stepanovic to move to the basket and an offensive foul.
I thought in the exhibition season that the Sixers showed excellent defensive rotation. All 5 players are playing extremely well together, and they're willing to sacrifice their body, just like McCormick, to take the charge.
This is the first time in a couple of weeks now David Wingate is getting game action. He injured that wrist in a practice session and has been sidelined. Mo Cheeks dribbling around the screen.
5 seconds.
Hinson. Hinson from the top of the key, and wouldn't it be something if he gets his offense going this season? Fleming has it stripped away by Mo Cheeks.
That was an excellent call by Earl Strom. He was on the other side of the floor. Dick Pavetta was blocked out on the baseline, but we did have a grab. Once Cheeks stole the ball, you know, it's the frustration that Fleming felt of being picked out by half court. He pushed them.
The best in the league now among active players at stealing that basketball. Number 10 with it here, Mo Cheeks. Barkley.
There's a clear out to the right.
Wingate and John Long.
4 seconds.
Wingate with the clock ticking away. Drills it, and the Sixers go on top 4-0. Long has it almost stolen by Wingate. Tried to get it to Person. The Sixers on a break here. Cheeks is going to challenge Big Herb Williams, and he draws the foul.
For all the young players who were watching that play as Cheeks went to the basket, if you'll notice how here we have the steal now right here. Excellent look. As soon as you make the steal, look up the floor. But now watch how Cheeks takes the ball under the basket up on the other side. Now if he would have laid that ball up on the right-hand side, one of the best shot blockers on Indiana, Herb Williams would have been able to get that one.
And the Sixers now go up by 5. The Pacers not yet on the scoreboard, and they haven't gotten the ball yet to their most valuable player a year ago, Chuck Person. This is Fleming. Fleming has got to get the ball to Person. That's his job.
The Sixers are in a half-court trap now. It's like a 1-2-2 or a 1-3-1 matchup trap.
Fleming from outside, no. And Roy Hinson clears it to Cheeks. 3-on-1. Mo Cheeks didn't get the roll, but successful at drawing another personal foul on the Pacers.
See, what I like so far is in the exhibition games that we had an opportunity to witness 4 of them, the defense is there. They play the passing lanes as well as anyone, and then Cheeks is so good at picking the ball up off the dribble to initiate the break out of the traps. I really like what the coaching staff is doing with this ball club, because you must make up for the fact that you do not have all-star quality at many positions.
We will see, hopefully, as the season winds along here, a lot more aggression on defense by the Sixers. Person inbounding to Stepanovic, and the Pacers still trying to get on the scoreboard, and we've used up 2 minutes. The dish off is to Williams, and a fine play by Person. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the opening quarter of the opening game, and Wingate short with it. Hook loose. McCormick to Wingate again. And Williams rebounds, can't get it out.
Tough ball.
That'll be an offensive foul on Tim McCormick.
I thought that time that the defensive player definitely moved. He moved with his forearms and his chest once McCormick made his initial move to the basket.
6-2 Sixers. Jim Barniak along with Hubie Brown. Stepanovic can do that as well as any big man. Misses this time. Cheek started by Fleming. Clearing out for Barkley, who has not handled the ball that much. Wingate, a great dish inside, but Hinson can't get it down, and finally a whistle.
You know what's sad about that? David Wingate made an excellent penetration, looked on the baseline, and any time that you're an offensive player, you do not want to receive the pass where Hinson did. He received it, he was behind the backboard, so consequently he could not get a high percentage shot off. Now, if you are going to move without the ball, you always want to be able to receive a pass so that you can score, and not only score but get fouled for a potential three-point play.
Pacers have gotten 4 team fouls already, and Herb Williams has a pair.
During the exhibitions, Hinson was extremely weak on the foul line.
1 out of 2 here.
Sixers are in a 1-3-1 trap now, half-court trap. There was a close carry there.
Pacers wheeling it around the perimeter here. This is Williams. To Person. Little jump hook by Chuck Person. 7-4, Sixers. Oh, Cheeks on the penetration.
Beautiful block.
Another rebound by Hinson, and this time he gets it to go. 9-4, Philadelphia. Short with it, the tip missed by Williams. Cheeks has it stripped loose. Now the Pacers 2-on-2, Fleming in the lead. Blocked in there, Wingate and Barkley both up. And this time a foul, and I think Charles Barkley commits a foolish foul there, Hubie.
Well, that was frustration. The block was beautiful. Now watch this move right here. Watch Barkley time this now. There's the block. And during the exhibition, Charles had 12 blocks. But now the frustration sets up. Here's a good pump fake right there. Got them up in the air. Now, you see, Barkley was upset because he felt that he didn't have contact enough. But if you notice, someone else's hand was in there and raked Stepanovic. That was not Charles that got him by the arm.
Charles will, however, go down in the book with a personal foul, and Stepanovic with another one.
Last year, Stepanovic was an 84% foul shooter. That's outstanding for a big man, especially a man 7 foot.
9-5 now. The Sixers on top. McCormick, Stepanovic on him.
The one-on-one.
Hinson spin move goes around Williams. The tip by Hinson. Roy Hinson off and running here. He's got 7 of the 11 Sixer points.
Well, that was a beautiful reverse move, and when the ball went up, his man never blocked him out.
Reach around foul called on Wingate.
76er personal foul, David Wingate, his first, the team's second.
I think if I'm Jack Ramsey now, I'm a little bit concerned because they cannot set up any kind of a low-post game.
Indiana's top 6 man, Wayman Tisdale, in the game, number 23. That's him with the basketball where he likes it. Low post player, but this time he goes outside.
Every time Tisdale handles it, he's looking to shoot. He has very, very poor assist ratio.
Barkley can't get the roll. Tisdale with the rebound. And knocked out of bounds by Hinson. Very active Roy Hinson on the floor so far. But one thing, Hubie, that the Sixers have to be concerned with, they only have 10 men in uniform tonight, only 11 on the roster. Andrew Toney will not play. Person from the outside.
See, right now they're making Person take the outside shot, even though you know that is one of his stronger parts of his game, but they do not want him penetrating off the dribble, getting inside of the defense.
Of great concern to the Sixers is front court depth right now. Wingate from nearly the three-point line.
You know what I liked about that? Wingate's man immediately left him and double-teamed Charles.
The game warming up now as Person fires and misses. There's that familiar play the Sixers used to run for Andrew Toney, and it's Wingate letting go. Gets his own rebound after Barkley pops him loose.
High pick and roll now.
Cheeks got a little tired and dribbling around Tim McCormick and let fly. 15-7 Philadelphia. Here's Tisdale, and that one blocked in goaltending the ball on Roy Hinson.
See, you just cannot let Tisdale post up on the low box area down there because he's so dangerous. Either there or at the dotted line area in the lane. He's always looking to post you up.
A timeout called by Philadelphia. They lead it 15-9 here on opening night. 5:41 to go in the first quarter. Sixers on top, 15-9. We're going to look at a couple of Auburn Tigers here. Mr. Person and Mr. Barkley.
On this timeout, Matty was telling Earl Strom that can't, now there was a good shot by Charles Barkley right there, but if any referee saw the first push, he's not too concerned about the second. Matty did go after Earl Strom to tell him about that.
Big night here, opening night. You see the full slate of NBA basketball. Milwaukee at Boston ought to be a dandy. You know, Chuck Person and Charles Barkley weren't the best of friends at Auburn. However, they did meet at half court before the game, shook hands, had a few niceties to exchange, and 3 minutes into the game, they're knocking their heads off of each other.
Well, the fraternity handshake, it's over.
Here's Barkley going down the middle again, and he's challenged and knocked away. And another offensive foul called on the Sixers.
Right now, these two guys who are refereeing this game, Pavetta and Strom, have got to grab a hold of it because there has been some really tough physical contact where people are getting hit with forearms in close contact, and what we're getting out of all of this is offensive fouls.
Danny Brains now in there guarding Person, and Fleming fires over everybody. Brains in Person playing a very physical man against man in there. Going to get a look at Pacer rookie Reggie Miller in just a second. He's coming to the scorer's table. Wingate, who got called for that offensive foul the last time down the floor, hits another field goal. He's got 6 points. And we've got an offensive foul on John Long. You think if things get rough out there, the guy you don't want to fool with is Stepanovic, huh?
I agree 100% on that one. Stepanovic does all right in all of these brawls. He runs after the toughest people.
Vincent Askew in the game for the Sixers. He's number 30.
That was a great pass. That was an excellent pass. Charles Barkley was triple teamed that time. Every time that Indiana's run a double or triple team, he has found the free man.
McCormick with the field goal. It's 19-11, and we've got contact underneath, and maybe Earl Strom heard you. That didn't seem to be as physical as some other bumps we've seen.
That was a rookie. Askew just came in the game. There was a baseline pick down on bottom there, and as his man came off, he was going to be open. He grabbed a hold of him.
Rookies get no breaks. There's one stripped away. Barkley and Cheeks combine. Here's Charles. 21-11.
Mochakes made that look easy, but that was a beautiful lob pass that Barkley could pick up on the first bounce.
4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. The Sixers by 10. Nice move inside. The shot is missed. Somebody almost pulled the rim off. Dick Pavetta with a call. He's got a foul on Tim McCormick. Now that's number 2 on McCormick, so we'll get our first look now at Sixers' top draft choice, Chris Phelps. He's number 44.
Well, we have a good matchup here with Askew, the rookie from devastate on Reggie Miller from UCLA.
Tisdale, strong move around Barkley, but he misses the shot. Reigns with a rebound. We've got 3 rookies in the game now. Askew and Belt for the Sixers, and Reggie Miller for Indiana. Here's Askew. And the rebound to Tisdale. Talking to Jack Ramsey. Whoops. Out of control here, and an offensive foul on Fleming. Talking to Jack Ramsey. He wants a more aggressive, a more active Wayman Tisdale to get some rebounds on the team. And that's Jack up and calling a timeout here. 3:26 left to go in the opening quarter. 21-11 as we gaze now at the Pacer bench and Dr. Jack Ramsey, the oldest coach in the NBA at 62 years of age, but he's got a body that's maybe 32.
Well, I told him he had to be entered into at least 300 triathlons this summer, plus the fact that he actually rode his bicycle from Indianapolis all the way to his shore home down in Ocean City, and I just find that amazing.
You know, he did that in 5 days. Think about that. He got on his bicycle in Indianapolis, drove to Ocean City, New Jersey in 5 days. That's averaging a little over 100 miles a day.
Well, the thing about Jack, you know, sure he's healthy, he really works out, but more important, he really stays on top of the game in basketball. He's always current, his teams are always changing, and you know that they are totally prepared at all times.
If he can get 40 wins for the next 3 seasons, he will become the winningest coach of all time, surpassing Red Auerbach. That was one number, 938 wins Auerbach has, and I thought no one would come near, but Jack's going to take a run at it.
If I'm Jack right now, I'm really upset with my backcourt because they have too many turnovers right now. Not only are they getting picked off the dribble and losing the ball, but they are also giving people the ball and also taking the ball into traffic where there is no opportunity to get a good percentage shot.
John Long and Vern Fleming also have 2 personal fouls each. Here's Barkley.
Beautiful.
Oh, cheeks on the end of that thread-the-needle play by Barkley. 23-11 now.
The biggest shock to me in my early encounter here with the 76ers this season is the fact of how well Charles Barkley can pass the basketball in traffic.
Charles with it now. Trying to do it again. Whoop.
That was a push.
Looked like he got bumped there by Tisdale.
He sure did.
And Fleming takes it the other way. Fleming with 4.
See, Charles needs a basket right now. He needs a basket or he needs to get fouled so that he can let out some of his frustrations here. See, these 2 guys are really fighting, and they're really pushing and shoving, and there are no fouls.
Charles gets the rebound, and there's the basket he wants, and he bangs Person on the way down the floor. That could explode, that pairing right there.
Well, you know, Person's established himself as the Rookie of the Year last year and, you know, also a real candidate for an All-Star game. It's going to be within the near future.
There's one missed by Fleming.
See, early now, Indiana's trying to take advantage of Mo Cheeks doubling up on everybody. They keep running Fleming down the lane.
Getting in trouble there was Person. He dished it off, but a foul called as Steve Coulter comes in the game. He'll replace Mo Cheeks. Danny Brains commits the foul. It's number 1. And Chuck Person on the line. Now, as a rookie last year, he led this team in scoring as well as rebounding and minutes played.
Now, this young man is blessed with great talent. The only negative is that he talks a lot and he antagonizes all the guys that he plays. Now, he's only a 74% foul shooter last season from the foul line, but he is a constant talker, and all of the small forwards in the league have something to say to him, and eventually it becomes physical. Now, the reason why it becomes physical is because not only does he talk, but he gets out and really guards you. Now, he and Barkley just had another collision right there.
Well, they are made for each other then, huh? Made for each other in the sense that it's fun to watch them go at it. Now Steve Coulter from the outside.
Now this group that's on the floor now must prove that it can score for the 76ers. In the exhibition, they struggled a lot. The first unit had no problem scoring.
Tisdale in traffic. Miller has it knocked away.
Great hands.
Askew to Barkley on a breakaway, and Herb Williams looked like he clotheslined Charles Barkley, and that's a big play because that would have been the third personal foul on Williams, but he got away with it.
That's right. Now, Charles better watch out now because Earl has a short fuse. And, you know, Charles feels that he's been fouled at least 3 times here now, at least twice, rightfully so.
Tisdale in his position. Missed the shot. Now, he's gotten the ball in great spots so far, but he can't make the shots.
You have to make him work a little bit harder to receive the pass, though. You must push him out a little bit further from the basket.
27-14, the Sixers on top. We're in the final 35 seconds of this first quarter. Chris Bell. No, and a whistle and a goaltending call.
Welp does that extremely well. He really is excellent at putting the ball down and going to his left and then stretching back into the man for the right-handed scoop shot.
Will be able to tell his grandchildren that his first NBA points were the result of a goaltend. Can't imagine any German grandchildren really caring all that much about it. Come to think of it.
They'll probably be swimmers or in the horse equestrian field.
Tisdale, that's a way to throw it down.
Tisdale from Fleming.
See, he's 6'9", very powerful. When you let him catch the ball there, he is no more than 3 feet away from the front of the rim.
Coulter in traffic. Askew no. Deep rebound to Fleming. And the clock runs out on the Pacers. And at the end of the opening quarter, the 76ers lead it 29-16. We'll be back after this. You see the first quarter score, and we're going to get a look at how the Pacers have been treating Charles Barkley, who was held to 4 points in that first quarter. But one of the interesting things you have to point out, Hubie, is the Pacers got exactly 16 points in that quarter. And you're not going to win a whole lot of basketball games getting 16 points a quarter. There's Charles.
Well, I'm happy that Charles was able to get an offensive board and score. The big factor in the first quarter is the Indiana 9 turnovers. Now, 20 for a game is hellacious. That's an awful lot of turnovers. They had 9 in the first quarter, and also Tisdale was 2 for 5 and Fleming 2 for 6. So 11 shots were taken. You know, the percentage is 4 for 11. Very, very bad.
Tisdale, who gets that ball in the low post, missed some easy ones. Here's a steal, though, by Reggie Miller. Now Scott Skiles with a basketball in the game. Pacers picked him up from Milwaukee for a future draft choice. There's Tisdale. Missed another one.
Matty wants him to get down the floor and set up here. He slowed Tyler down as he was coming down the floor. Ran the play. 2-man game here now. Askew and Hinson leads.
Askew tries to hang and fire here, and a good defensive play by Reggie Miller.
Well, that's the second time in a row now that Miller's gotten a hand on the ball on Askew.
Miller had that reputation as a great outside shooter in college, but the Pacers have been impressed with his all-around play as he lays one in here.
Well, I had him in 2 tournament games last year for UCLA, and I thought that he was an excellent rebounder as a small forward.
Askew again keeps firing.
That was a bad shot.
Person to rebound and almost throws it away.
That's a rookie that got, that just lost the ball twice trying to make something happen.
Danny Brain takes it away from Scott Skiles and lays it home. That play. Askew, the rookie, 0 for 4 from the field. There's a bad hand pass, and Reggie Miller with the save. Tisdale. There he gets one. 6 points in the game for Tisdale. 3 for 7 from the field. 31-20, Sixers. Welp out high with it, almost shuffled the foot.
Well, Welp is a threat from out there, and the centers know that he can hit the jumper.
Kohler, tough shot in that. Skiles was all over it. And Chris Bell with the bump from behind fouls Tisdale.
See, this group during the exhibition season would miss a lot of shots, but the main reason is they're not getting shots where they can make their highest percentage from. And you always try to get your second unit to understand who are the best offensive players in this group, and we must get them the basketball from where they can score a high percentage from.
This is a 20-second timeout. Who do you want for the 76ers to be taking the shots now?
Well, you see, they just brought Wingate back in there now to give them a little offensive punch along with Hinson. Now, Matty kept Barkley in there with this group for a couple of minutes. Now he gives Barkley a blow. You have Hinson back in there. So they have two guys on the floor that you can go to with. But you can't say right at this part of the season that Coulter, Welp, and Brains are going to be offensive threats. They are peripheral people for you.
Danny Brains, you remember last year, really struggled offensively with his shot.
Well, Brains is basically a post-up guy or somebody moving on the fast break. I'll tell you, there's another Indiana turnover. You know, we haven't even played 2.5 minutes this quarter, and they already have 2 more turnovers.
Yep, 11 in the game so far. The ball loose on the floor, saved now by Coulter and kicked away and knocked out of bounds. But a foul.
See, fortunately, there was a foul there, because many times when something like that happens, you lose the ball, you regain it, you forget that the shot clock is going down.
Skiles commits the foul. It's number 1. Sixers have been holding this double-figure lead for a long time. There's an off-balance shot and a crazy one there by Wingate. Reggie Miller has it poked away. Coulter with the steal. Wingate with the ball and trying to deliver it to Coulter. Another whistle.
Now, he made that a hard pass. You know, anytime you're coming on the fast break, you don't get anything extra for making a sensational one-handed pass. Now, right here, he gets caught with the ball. You know, just try to stay meat and potatoes, and they would have had a 2-point layup.
Ron Anderson, who's had a very good preseason, comes in for Herb Williams, who's having a poor first half here. 3 fouls on Williams, and he's not been a factor either scoring or rebounding. Welp. There's one blocked by Williams. And looks like an offensive foul, or no, a grab.
I'll tell you, Herb Williams is one of the best shot-blocking big men that there is in the NBA. And he got the shot block. They didn't get him out in time. I'm just wondering whether or not they realized, you know, how many fouls he had on him.
I had him leaving there for Anderson. Check that, but the good news is that Williams stayed on the floor and just picked up his 4th foul. And a Sixer turnover. They've got 6 in the game. Reggie Miller.
Oh, he can knock those down. He has outstanding range. And as the season goes on, people will watch the Sixers in a half-court trap right now. They're in a 2-3 half-court trap. I find that interesting because right now Stepanovic is playing a zone.
No. Whoops, there's a travel call.
You know, Hinson was open by so many feet that time. He got so excited because he knew that all he had to do was get one good dribble in and he had a dunk.
I'm surprised that you would suggest there's some zone defense being played down there.
Well, you know what I meant. I would never mention that, but what I wanted to say was that he wasn't playing anyone.
Skiles on the layup.
That time, Welp was very late coming in the defensive rotation to help out. Here's the half-court trap again. Now, you have to watch now because the lead has dropped to 7 points.
Poehler from the outside, and that's a good sign. Steve Poehler has drilled a pair of long-range jumpers.
See, Jack Ramsey's trying to get this group to stay outside and play perimeter basketball.
Miller guarded by Hinson, a little shuffle move. And Tisdale baseline. On the run to Barkley. Ooh, Skiles was knocked miles.
Well, in my opinion, that was the closest thing that we've had to an offensive foul in this first half. And yet it's the 5th offensive foul call, versus both teams. That was a great move by Barkley, but you must give Skiles credit for jumping. Now watch this move. He gives him a head and shoulder and he jumps. Now Skiles is right there. Now you say, well, you know what? He was moving, except for one thing. Barkley couldn't score from there. He was behind the backboard. So there was no place for him to go.
He does, however, go to the free throw line, where if he can make another, the Sixers will have that 11-point lead back. That's the case.
The Sixers are in a 2-2-1 now. 3-quarter court zone press.
Stepanovic over the head with the ball. Almost a steal by Cheeks. Steve Stepanovic. No, tip-in is good. Getting inside there, Ron Anderson.
See, the problem when you play zone traps is that you must get back in and rebound, and I'm talking about your guards. Indiana's in their trap again.
And a little push there along the sidelines. Sixers want to call a timeout. There's 6:41 to go here in the first half. Philadelphia 35, the Indiana Pacers 26. We'll be back after this. The 76ers have enjoyed an 11-point lead throughout much of this first half, and that's where we are right now, 35-26. Tomorrow night, the 76ers will be in Chicago. And watch that game on WPHL. Channel 17 begins at 8:30, and then Hubie Brown and yours truly, Jim Barniak, back here next Friday night with the Detroit Pistons.
Jim, Matty Gukas needed a timeout right there because for the quarter, the 76ers are 2 for 7 from the floor. Now the reason for that is that Jack Ramsey has changed his defense. Sometimes they are in a 2-3 half-court trap, or they are in a 3-2 half-court trap. They take the middle guy from the back and move him out to the front, and they change from a 2-3 front, or what we call an even front, to an odd front, going 3-2. And it definitely has confused the Sixers, and that is the reason for the low field goal percentage.
David Wingate on the line. He has 7 points now in the game. David, a starter at the shooting guard position. Make it 8. And a 37-26 Philadelphia lead as the Sixers go to a little pressure here.
Well, the Sixers have been doing this all through the exhibitions. They're either in a 1-2-1-1 or a 2-2-1 zone press, but the middle has been porous.
Skiles penetrates, dishes off to Tisdale, and another miss for Wayman.
That was a nice rebound by Wells. The young man is showing improvement little by little, but he must become more aggressive. If he becomes more aggressive, he's going to be a major, major help to this ball club.
Roy Hinson guarded by Tisdale. Turning away from the basket and missing. Skiles comes down with it.
Anderson is a long-range shooter from the corners.
Contact underneath. Belp guarding Tisdale. Tisdale reaching for the ball. Bump from behind.
Well, the Sixer bench wanted, that he made the steal. Well, he did make the steal with the lead hand, but the backhand had the player in the lower back.
.50 to go in the first half. Reggie Miller thought shot. Now he does. Misses. Belp with another rebound. That's 4 boards for Chris Belp. Wingate.
Beautiful.
Sixers move the ball crisply that time. And
half-court trap now. 1-3-1 by the Sixers.
Pacers beat it. And Tisdale finishes it.
See, the back man in a 1-3-1 trap must stop any corner penetration off the dribble. You'd rather see him take a long jump shot. Now here's Indiana now. Indiana's in a 2-3 half-court trap.
And the Sixers throw it away.
Great hands by Cheeks. That saved the layup at the other end.
Stepanovic, no. Cheeks has a breakaway, 3-on-2. Takes the little 13-footer. 8 points for Mo. 41-28, Philadelphia on top.
See, with both teams changing defenses so much into the half-court traps, it's really confusing the offensive patterns.
Tisdale with a strong move inside, just took it right to the basket.
Here's the half-court trap again.
41-30. This time a miss, and the rebound, Stepanovic.
Beautiful pass.
And a beautiful block. Roy Hinson takes Ron Anderson's little jump shot into the first row.
Watch this great pass. That's a beautiful pass without looking. Now here's Hinson timing it. Hinson had a great exhibition and a nice hand for Welp as he came out. He really put in some quality minutes off the bench. But Hinson had 16 blocks in the exhibition season.
John Long back in the game and with the ball. Stepanovic finds an open area in there and drills a little 10-footer. .341 to go, first half.
That's what you have to do. Anytime a team traps you at half court or full court, you always want to make them pay by getting the ball into the middle and taking it strong. Watch how strong he goes to the hole. There was a little bump with the shoulder. Because they want you to take the outside shot. Here comes the penetration again. Very strong move by Charles to the hole. And even then, he still could have dropped that ball off to McCormick running the baseline.
Charles misses a free throw after that outstanding midair move. Tisdale, no, and a tap up by Stepanovic.
No one put a body on Stepanovic. He came all the way from the top of the circle that time for that offensive rebound. See, Jack Ramsey is not going to allow the Sixers to run their offense. He's going to make them play helter-skelter basketball against his trap.
Time it works for the Pacers as they come up with a steal, and Fleming will get credit for a layup.
See, they're back within 7 now. And if you just go back and think about it, outside of Barkley going down that lane, 2 possessions ago, nothing has been inside of the painted area in the foul line. Everything is perimeter.
That's where it is now, and Wingate from 3-point range. No, that's the first 3-point attempt of the season. John Long coming out on Mo Cheeks. Baseline Wingate. Yep.
That's the first time that Wingate's defensive man did not overplay his right hand. They've been trying to force him back to his left.
Fleming with it. Tisdale, he's not afraid to keep firing, is he?
Remember what I told you, he hasn't passed the ball once yet. Not once.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter. 2 minutes.
McCormick's going to throw a little hook shot up there. Barkley the rebound, and off balance follow-up. Stepanovic another rebound. Person. Yeah, Chuck Person, who's been rather quiet, nails that one. He's got 7 points.
Well, they've had him sitting on the bench for a long time, Jim, and it was quite surprising. Here's the trap again. They're giving you more now like of a 2-1-2 or a 2-3 set.
Pacers giving you all the open jump shots from 3-point area that you want. Cheeks missing that one. Here's a Tisdale pass.
Chuck Person.
See, with this trap, it's disrupted the team. Matty's going to call a 20-second timeout now. The Sixers need it. They have it down to 5.
45-40 the score, as you see the Sixers and Pacers assembling around their coaches here. You're allowed one 20-second timeout per half, and Pacers have used theirs, and now the Sixers get it with 1:03 to play. Now looks like they're going to turn it into a full timeout. That's the case. So with the Sixers ahead by 5, we'll be back after this. I'm Jim Barniak along with Hubie Brown here at the Spectrum on opening night. The Sixers ahead by 5. They've led by double figures throughout much of the first half, but that lead now falling into a little jeopardy as the Pacers come back on some good defense.
Well, the reason why Jack Ramsey has changed the tempo of the game, his team was so lethargic defensively in the early goings. They were down 12, 13 points, but by putting them in a half-court trap now, if they don't cover the areas, he's substituting and getting them out of the game. He is forcing them to be aggressive defensively. Now, they've cut it to 5. The Sixers, on the other hand, have not seen the half-court trap with any kind of regularity during the exhibition season. And you know, it's different playing against another team than your own people in the gym. So what you're seeing here is a ball club which right now is a little disorganized. They think that they want the outside shot, but against the traps, you do not want that. You want the penetration and a dish down in low, because you want high percentage shots, and then you want to get fouled.
Sixers on the perimeter again, searching for an open shot here. Cheeks.
4 seconds.
There it is.
See, they'll give you that every time because nobody wants to keep picking up fouls. But the toughest thing when you haven't played against it is to keep saying, get it inside, because it looks easier. You have the outside shot and you're wide open.
Now the Sixers up by 7, putting a lot of man-to-man pressure on Indiana.
Well, there's Tisdale. Tisdale passed that time.
He's got 2 passes here. Long backs it in.
Indiana's back this time now. They're just picking you up regular man-to-man now. See, it got him back in there, and Ramsey is just willing to match up there. 13 seconds for the quarter.
There's a 2-second difference between the timer and the game clock. Barkley rebound, the follow, and Charles getting hot now. 12 points for Barkley.
5 seconds on the quarter.
Fleming at the buzzer. Barkley is knocked out of bounds, and there is a foolish foul by Stepanovic because he did it with just 1 second to go. And the half end. The Sixers leading the Indiana Pacers 49-42. We'll be back with more right after this.
Barkley's on the line now, taking 2. Charles is in the exhibition, shot 80% from the foul line, along with all of the other great things that he did, averaging 26 points, 10 rebounds.
We're going to leave. Finally, I had us leaving a little prematurely there. Charles Barkley on the foul line, giving the Sixers a 51-42 lead, and lots more coming up after this.
When the ball goes up, you have a choice. You can watch or you can rebound. Understand that the ball won't come to you. You got to go get it. You got to want it more than anyone else on the court. It takes heart. It takes sacrifice. It takes the willingness to do whatever your team needs, because you cannot win without the ball.
McCormick with the ball, looking for Barkley, who is joined by Roy Hinson up front. Little backdoor move there, and it rolls off the rim. McCormick with the miss, and the Pacers begin with Fleming and John Long with the ball. Stepanovic at center. Person and Tisdale at forward. Now, Herb Williams started the game, but he's got 4 personal fouls in the first illegal defense call of the season.
They called it on Mo Cheeks, who was on the other side of the floor that time. It was not on Wingate, the closest guy who was looking for his man. And that's why Wingate was shocked when it was called. But Mo Cheeks was in the lane and 2 places away from his man.
This is John Long, guarded by Wingate. Person. He fires and Barkley can't handle. Tisdale follows up and hits it.
Tisdale is 5 for 15 from the floor, but you cannot let him get down inside. Like we said, here's the trap again.
This Pacer defense giving the Sixers fits. Barkley out high, goes inside to McCormick. And there's a new look, bringing Barkley out to handle the ball.
Well, that's because Barkley's the better passer of the 3 guys up front. You know that McCormick and Hinson really do not handle the ball real well. Barkley is the ideal guy to make the play.
53-44. Here's one knocked away by Hinson. That shot short, saved though by Stepanovic. John Long with the miss.
Ramsey wanted a goaltend that time. Bad pass. That was behind Cheeks.
Oh, Cheeks guarded and almost loses. John Long over him. A double team. The open man is McCormick, but they couldn't find him.
Nice pass.
Hinson, nice and soft with the left hand.
See, if Hinson and McCormick will go without the ball and just go to the front of the rim, Barkley's drawing 2 and 3 defensive players with him every time. He'll make the pass. The man is an unselfish player. He really is.
Sixers by 11 again. Just beginning second half action. 55-44. That's John Long from long range. Last year, he got 44 points here at the Spectrum against Philadelphia. He was making them from everywhere. Wingate, nice penetration, but couldn't find McCormick underneath. Pacers clogged that base. McCormick underneath. Pacers clogged that baseline up in a hurry.
Well, anytime that you're in traffic like that, the best pass to make, if you can make the pass, is the bounce pass. It gives the big people an extra 100th of a second to pick it up as it bounces off the floor. When you shovel a pass like that in traffic, it's difficult for them to catch it.
Person can't find an opening.
2 seconds on the clock.
Person left hands, no. Barkley the rebound.
Here's a 4-on-2 if the pass is made.
Now it's 4-on-1.
There it is. See, he'll make the pass, but you've got to go to the basket. And if Hinson and McCormick will just go to the front of the rim, he'll give you 3-4 baskets a night.
57-46. John Long with a miss. Hinson the rebound. Took it right away from Person and Tisdale.
They're not getting. There it is. Yes. See, they are not getting back on defense. Jack Ramsey sees it
and calls a timeout. 8:36 to play, third quarter. The Philadelphia 76ers 59 and Indiana 46.
Camaraderie that you have with your teammates, you know, it's you 12 guys versus everybody else, and it's the friendships that you make over the years. It's one of those unique feelings.
No matter how good 1 or 2 players are, unless you have voluntary cooperation from everybody, the team cannot be successful.
We're getting a look at the all-around skills of Charles Barkley so far. He's scoring, he's rebounding, and doing a little assist work as well.
Well, here he is right here. Now, you'll see them get the double team, but he will eventually find a free play. And he's having trouble dealing the ball, but here comes Hinson in your screen, see? See, the best way to try to receive that pass is if you can have your shoulders turned and you're facing the baseline. And in that way, the player has to come over your back to block the shot. Now, watch this pass. Watch McCormick. See, he sees McCormick up ahead. There it is right there. Jack Ramsey very upset with his ball club. They are 2 for 7 this quarter shooting, but the biggest problem is they are all crashing the offensive rebound, and nobody is getting back.
You're listening to Hubie Brown. I'm Jim Barniak, and we'll be with you all season long. 76ers basketball on Prism, the first of 40 home games. David Tisdale. He's going to go back outside to Stepanovic, who moves to the basket. No. Long with the save. Three-point shot, John Long.
That's a three-pointer.
He can make those. He's one of the best in the league at launching them. Great pass.
Roy Hinson, and he is fouled. Coming over the back, as you had just suggested, with that personal foul.
See, watch on this catch. See, Timmy makes a great pass here right now. You see the catch. He's facing the baseline. See, we tell the players, square your shoulders up to the baseline, make the catch, make the defensive player come over the top of you. But what we said before in the first half, get the ball inside against the trap and stop launching all the long-range shots. You can get that with 3 seconds left on the shot clock, 2 or 3 seconds. Penetrate inside and work out, inside out. Great steal by Cheeks.
Sixers cause another Indiana turnover. That's number 13 for the Pacers, and this alley-oop attempt goes out of here.
Charles is scratching his head right now. He's saying dumb pass, but it was there because Hinson was behind his man.
John Long is getting with it offensively now, launches another one, and he's had 3 buckets here in the second half, one of them a three-pointer. 61-51 Sixers.
The Pacers have changed the front of the zone. Now it's no longer 2-3. They keep coming with a 2-3 or a 1-3-1. When Fleming's in, it's a 1-3-1.
David Wingate with 14 points, and the Sixer bench beginning to jump on Earl Strom a little bit. I think they want a zone call. Stepanovic and Long again. And Long is long this time. Barkley looks for a fast break. And a grabbing foul in there. Maybe a break that time for the Sixers, as it looked like Charles might have been losing it.
That's his third.
Well, you know, I know that he's one of the tops in the league in turnovers. But for a man his size to take the middle of the fast break, you must look at how many good things he creates versus the few negatives with turnovers, because he dares to make the play.
Fear being one of the things he creates. I wouldn't take the charge. One-on-one now.
Yeah.
Little hook shot by Hinson, no. Person the rebound. Tisdale. Stepanovic with a follow-up.
Stepanovic has done an excellent job getting to the offensive boards in this game.
7 points for him. And the long-range jump shot by Mo Cheeks hits double figures with 10. Sixers by 12 now. 5:47 to go, third quarter. John Long's really with it. Missing, though. Sixers trying to capitalize on those missed shots with a running offense. Barkley pumps and scores.
They're giving Charles a delay of game. Matty's up on the sideline because he wanted a three-point play, because Person definitely came over Charles's back. Now, you know what's interesting right now? Person is not in this game up until now. It's like Charles and he banging around and everything.
How do you like that one?
Well, I like that one very, very much, because once again, it's the old story. You cannot let Tisdale catch the ball on a low box. If you're going to front him, make them throw him lob passes versus letting him catch the ball 3 feet from the hole.
Cheeks a little shrew move there. We'll go to the free throw line. Vincent Askew coming into the game, I believe, for Wingate. That's the case. Cheeks will go to the line, and another foul on Fleming, and that's the second Pacer now with 4 personal fouls. Fleming with 4 comes out. Scott Skiles is in. Herb Williams had 4 very quick ones in the first quarter, and he's disappeared. You know, for all the reputation that Herb Williams has. I can't remember him ever having too many really good games here in Philadelphia.
Well, I can say the same thing about New York. He never really had a good game in Madison Square Garden. As a matter of fact, he's been injured a number of times there, but you know, real legitimate injuries.
Coming right back, though, is Person. He's got 11. Clark Kellogg is no longer with this team as a player, I should say. He's moved to the broadcast booth. His career, a tragic one in that very talented player whose knees just gave out on him.
Excellent ball movement that time. They're using Skiles to double team everyone, and the Sixers rotated the ball and found Cheeks. It's not the one pass that you make, it's two passes.
Person, no. And this one grabbed now by Cheeks. Here come the Sixers running again. That's 7 rebounds for Mo Cheeks. That one blocked. 3-on-2, Pacers to Person. Barkley got him on the back and took him right out of bounds and out of the play. That's a second personal foul on Charles Barkley.
That was a beautiful pass by Skiles off the dribble. Watch him pass that ball. That's beautiful. You know, he has a tendency like the old-time players. He looks one way and passes the other. But he's good in the open floor. Where he seems to be having difficulty tonight is running the set offense versus the 76er half-court defense.
Old-time players like who? Slater Martin?
Oh, no, wait a second. You're resurrecting here, people. Come on. Bob Cousy, Dick McGuire, Slater Martin, right? Back, a lot of great passers back there. And a guy who still has 3,000 more assists than anyone in history of the game, Oscar Robertson.
Philadelphians are partial to Guy Rogers. He was the best passer we have ever seen on it.
Well, you're talking about a great one. Dave, Raines has been extremely active tonight. He's done an excellent job running the lanes on the fast break and then keeping the ball alive on the offensive board.
And it's 73-59 with 3:27 to go. Third quarter. John Long gets room.
John Long.
The Sixers are in a trap now. 1-3-1 trap. There's the middle.
Tim McCormick showing a touch from the outside. Look at McCormick if you get a chance on a close-up. He has really bulked up this year. And maybe is not real happy with it. He thinks he may have gotten too big.
See, this is what I said about Skiles. See, Skiles struggles in the half-court game, but then again, he's got Mo Cheeks on. But in the open floor, that's where he can be dangerous. Beautiful fake.
Stepanovic goes right to the basket. Challenged in there by Roy Hinson.
Hinson wanted a block on that one, but that was a great move by Stepanovic.
Sixers won a timeout.
Now watch this move. Watch him fake, and there it is. McCormick went for the fake. That was a great move. Good move right there, but as you see the replay, you can see that Hinson did get a piece of his arm.
And the Sixers have seemingly solved that pressure of the Pacers for the time being, building on their halftime lead, and now in front 75-61. Some impressions, Hubie Brown, about these Sixers. David Wingate, a starter now. Chris Velp off the bench. I thought he had some productive minutes in the first half.
Yes, I thought he made a major contribution on the defensive board, but also made them play him by going to the basket off the dribble on 2 occasions. Now, the other significant thing, which I think is major with this team, is that it is excellent on defense. The Sixers not only did it in the exhibitions, they've continued it right here this evening. Their guard play with Wingate and Cheeks is outstanding, and then they have the shot blocking potential in the back with Hinson and Barkley. But most important, when they get the turnover, they can do something with the ball on the fast break in a 2-on-1, 3-on-2 situations.
Freddie Carter, you see, to the right of your screen there. Now we've got him front and center. Rejoining the Sixers in a coaching capacity. He was once my color man, you know, Freddie. He left me and went on to coach women's basketball.
Down at Mount St. Mary's College. He was a great player there and probably still has all the scoring records. I'm not sure. There was a great player back there in the 50s by the name of Silky Sullivan.
Jack Sullivan played here in Philadelphia for a year or two with the then Philadelphia Warriors. Jim Phelan, the coach down there, a native Philadelphian, he's been there for 1,000 years.
30 some odd years. Always turns out good quality basketball. For this quarter, the 76ers are 11 for 15, and the Pacers are 8 for 19.
Sixers are able to get that ball down low and are getting a lot of very high percentage shots. A miss by Stepanovic. It was 1 out of 2, and back comes Philadelphia.
Stepanovic, an 84% shooter from the foul line, is 2 for 4 tonight.
Sixers in Chicago tomorrow night. Catch that one on Channel 17. We'll be back next Friday.
Askew has a problem. He passes the ball to the postman before the postman calls for the ball. Now, he did that in the exhibitions also. You must wait for the post guy. Oh, here's the 3-on-2.
McCormick starts it. Trailing is Danny Braid.
Remember what we've been saying here, Jim. He's been excellent filling the lanes tonight. And if there has been a miss, he's been keeping the ball alive.
77-62. The game now starting to slip away from the Pacers, who seem momentarily confused by the Sixers defense. Skiles rainbowed that one, and it cost him.
See, Vrains is an excellent defensive player, and he's doing a good job on Person. He's really making Person work.
That rebound by Hinson was his 10th. He has taken the slack up tonight on the boards. Roy Hinson.
He can take Tisdale. Tisdale will never play him off the dribble or in the low post.
79-62. John Long, another three-point shot, and he's got 2 of those.
That's his favorite corner, over on the right-hand side. When he was with Detroit, he'd run and get behind the line. They would put the ball into the post and kick it right back out to him. Beautiful move.
McCormick breaks loose, and he's fouled.
Coaching staff wants a goaltending. Earl Strom is waving him off, telling him no. But what that was eye contact. Timmy McCormick was on the foul line. Stepanovic was overplaying him. And what happened is the guard gave an head fake. Watch it here right now. Mo gives it, and there's a change of direction. Beautiful. They catch Stepanovic on the top side. Beautiful.
And Tim McCormick to the free throw line. Points in the game for McCormick.
When you're a player who moves without the ball, in order to be appreciated, you must play with unselfish players. And I think that Cheeks and Barkley will get him the ball if he continues to go when the center is trying to help out.
Now some trapping defense by Philadelphia. And it worked.
Yes, it did. Great defense by Mo Cheeks.
But not for long. Tisdale right back. Follow-up Person is good.
The tip for Chuck Person.
Person went right up over the top of Vrains that time.
35 seconds remaining, third quarter. And the rebound to Person. Skiles getting his first look at Mo Cheeks. Scott Skiles missed almost all of last year with back injuries.
17 seconds for the quarter, 13 on the shot clock.
Chuck Person, no, and a good rebound in traffic by Vincent Askew.
6 seconds.
3 seconds left. They've got to throw it up now, and it's good. Tim McCormick as the red light goes on. And so at the end of 3, the Sixers 83, the Indiana Pacers 67. The Sixers with their biggest lead of the game, and that coming about, I think, on some outstanding defense.
The defense is there. They're getting easy shots against the traps, and what we're we're seeing is that they have been to the foul line 18 times tonight. Indiana 8. And that is a big stat when both teams are trapping and pressing, because it's showing now that the Sixers are establishing a lane game. By that I mean in the painted area from the foul line down. And that means high percentage shots and also the easy shot in a three-point play.
And the Sixers are going to go right to work, picking up the Pacers the length of the floor. 12 minutes to play. Herb Williams back in the game for Indiana, along with Reggie Miller. Scott Skiles from 3. And the rebound pulled down by McCormick. Danny Brains. Askew, and Barkley was in a bear hug underneath. Person commits the foul. He just, if that were football, it would be a 15-yard penalty for pulling down the defensive lineman.
Indiana's first team foul on the quarter.
Here's Calder. Now Reggie Miller on Barkley. And the Pacers guilty of an illegal D. I'm glad I've got you to explain that.
Well, you can't unless you have a board so you can go to different areas. But that was Scott Skiles. He did not go to the double team. He left his man, and he was standing in an area that, according to the rules, you're not allowed to be in.
Barkley, nice pass. But no goal.
Beautiful pass.
Knocked away by Askew, and the Sixers now 3-on-3. Barkley goes right through everybody. Scott Skiles is getting up. That's going to be a technical foul called on the Sixers. I believe Matt Gukas. No, that's the second delay of the game. That's right. Charles was warned a while ago in the third quarter early on for delay of the game. This is the second one, so the automatic T, and Skiles will shoot it. .68. Skiles has taken 2 Charles Barkley hits.
Well, that one, you know, the unwritten rule of the NBA, you cannot take an offensive charge near the front of the basket. They just will not give it to you. Now, in high school and college, that would have been a charge.
Williams charging down the middle. No.
Beautiful block by Barkley.
Person with the follow. 17 now for Chuck Person. He averaged a little over 18 a year ago to lead the Pacers. Boy, Barkley and Person are going at it again. That's Vincent Askew with his first field goal in the NBA.
Askew has a beautiful jump shot, nice rotation, and if he would just come off that pick harder, it will open up even more to him than it did in the exhibition season.
Reggie Miller looking for the shot, can't get it. Anderson, no. Williams, no. And a whistle. Dick Bavetta makes the call, working tonight with Earl Strom.
That was an unselfish play by Anderson. When he caught it and started to go up, he felt that the shot was not there, and he made that shuffle pass. But it's like we said earlier, when you make that shuffle pass in traffic to big people, they usually fumble the ball, and that's what Williams did.
Another for Herb Williams out of Ohio State.
Williams a 74% foul shooter last season. If they're going to beat a good team on the road, he must stay in the game and get them to 20 points, to 9 to 10 rebounds, and a couple of shot blocks, which he is capable of doing.
His numbers really dropped last year, and it was a big concern of the Pacers. Both his rebounds and points went down, and so did his block shots, which is what he did best. Tim McCormick has 14. This is Williams now. Here's Person, pulls up and lets go. He can really shoot from the outside for a guy his size.
Well, in college, all the scouts felt that he could be a second guard or a small forward and played extremely well and be an all-star performer.
Here's a Coulter miss. Rebound by Williams.
Tough shot by Coulter that time because he was off in the air and he really never squared his shoulders.
Squaring up and letting go there, Herb Williams. Pacers making a little run here. They trail, though, by 13 with 8:50 to play. Now the Sixers want to nip it in the bud. A timeout called by Matty Gukas. Sixers 89, Indiana Pacers 76. There you see the score. The Sixers have enjoyed the lead right from the opening get-go tonight. Next Friday night, our next Prism telecast, Chuck Daly and the Detroit Pistons back in town. And a lot of folks think, Hubie Brown, that if there's a team in our conference about ready to challenge those Celtics and knock them off the top perch, it might be the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, but why not Atlanta? You know, Atlanta last year lost the home court advantage on the last day of the season at Boston. Boston with 59 wins, Atlanta with 57, Detroit with 52. Detroit is very concerned about Isaiah Thomas's lackadaisical play during the entire exhibition season. It'll be interesting to see how he plays this weekend.
Turnaround here by Hinson. No, he gets his own rebound and follows it up and scores. And for Roy Hinson now, he's got 17 points.
Roy Hinson.
Holding it outside Anderson. He's left all alone, and he doesn't want to shoot it. Now he does.
He's a very good shooter.
Ron Anderson.
Finally made up his mind and drills it from almost the three-point line.
The Sixer front line, McCormick 6 for 9, Barkley 7 for 10, Hinson 7 for 14. They are 20 for 32 up front.
Barkley banged a little bit, dishes. Follow up now to Wingate. Barkley and an offensive rebound and bucket by Charles Barkley.
Well, you can't get your front line to play any better than they're playing tonight.
8 rebounds in the game for Barkley and 20 points.
And you have to admit, it's been a quiet 20 points.
Turnaround move by Herb Williams.
That's Herb Williams.
Jack Ramsey up on his feet, trying to get his team put together a charge here. They trail it by 13 to the Pacers. Coulter will be called for an offensive foul. Herb Williams hung in there, drew it.
Here comes Cheeks. See, that's the second penetration now that Coulter has made in the last 3 minutes where he has left his feet. It's the old story. If you're going to leave your feet, you got to shoot the ball. But you also want to be in position to make the pass if the defense is there. You do not want to take bad percentage shots now. You've got 7 minutes to go and you're up 13 points.
Pacers got to start making them in bunches. Reggie Williams loses it. Out of bounds it goes, and Earl Strop says we're going the other way. That turnover for the Pacers at 16. Hinson over Tisdale, no. Rebound Williams.
Tisdale did a good job that time. He made Hinson shoot over him. What a pass.
That was Ron Anderson with the pass. Reggie Miller with the shot, and he'll have a chance for a three-point play.
See, you can't get too careful there now. Now watch this. See, that was a good pressure by Tisdale. Now here they come out. Now this is a great pass. Watch this touch pass. Boom. Right back, up and in, low foul. Now this is a potential three-point play here right now. And more important, though, it's only 10. And you got 6:34 to go. Plenty of time yet. Here's the first full court trap.
93-83 Philadelphia. They've got to battle the press.
A 1-2-1-1. Here's your 2-on-1. Great pass.
But a Sixer turnover.
Now you can't play cautious, but you also cannot play reckless at this time.
Three-point shot, Reggie Miller, and that one was a 5-point shot. He was way outside. He played here in Philadelphia last year at Temple, and he's shooting from outside the gym. He really let it fly from anywhere.
There's your double team at Charles. Now Cheeks is wide open in the other corner. There he is. Nice pass.
This time the Sixers will draw a foul out of it. Tim McCormick steps to the line.
See, when you're a coach and you get that ball rotation from one side to the other, and then Cheeks makes a great pass to the pivot man underneath, he has got to get you a dunk foul, which is a three-point play. And tonight, what is happening, the players are catching the ball in a position where they need the extra second to turn around to get the shot off. Now he's got pressure here. He's got to make 1 out of 2 here now for 1 point. So it goes from a 3-point possibility to only a 1 or a 0. That's how coaches think.
There's your 0.
See, if you get the dunk, the worst you have is 2.
10-point game, 5:45 to play. Scott Skiles screaming for the ball. Now he's got it. Little hop skip by Skiles.
I like the position that time that Hinson played Skiles. He laid off him because he knew that he could block the shot.
Now George McGinnis used to do that, and he'd never get called for travel.
Great
Backdoor
play.
Barkley.
Oh my! That was beautiful. McCormick gave the ball fake, and when they tried to steal the ball, Barkley just went backdoor. A gorgeous move.
Jack Ramsey up and at him with a timeout here. 5:18 to play. Philadelphia 95, Indiana 83.
Now watch this ball fake by Timmy's going to have eye contact with Barkley in the lower left-hand corner. See, he gets a defensive player now to step out. He thinks he has him. Charles reverses him and goes to the basket. Now that's a veteran player not passing the ball to a post-up guy who's being totally denied until the player called for the ball. Charles suckered the defensive player out on top of him, reversed him beautifully.
The Pacers battling the clock as well as the Sixers right now. We've got 5:18 to play. Indiana needs 12 to get a tie here. Fleming in the game now with the ball along with Reggie Miller. They've got some outside firepower in there. Williams with it.
Oh, he was wide open. Vern Fleming was wide open.
Person, though, doesn't need much room, and he lets go. He's got 21 to top the Pacers scores. Now it's a 10-point Sixer lead.
Two-man game now.
Barkley and Person.
Yeah, this is Freddie Carter's up and yelling and screaming here right now.
Barkley takes the challenge. You don't expect Charles to back off, do you?
You know, when Charles was double teamed right there in the lane on the dotted line, Charles was still looking to make the pass. Now watch this. Watch the contact in your lower screen. Look, you see how he's got him around the waist? Now watch. Now the two Bulls, Brahma Bulls in there fighting. No call. Now watch as he goes. Oh, I'm sorry. We ran out of time.
Ran out of fouls.
Because what I wanted to explain was at the end of this play, Charles was still looking to make the pass.
97-85, and Charles Barkley with 24 points. This is Williams. Now Person, and Barkley gives Person a little at the other end. Produces a loose ball. Stripped away at the baseline and out of bounds off the hands of Roy Hinson. Sixers with 16 turnovers. Pacers with 18. Person to miss.
Oh, look up ahead.
David Wingate taking it right to the basket. The man up ahead, Roy Hinson, couldn't get the ball to him. He will have a foul call on Person, number 3 on him.
David Wingate of the line, shooting 2.
I think in that situation, Hinson was open up on the left-hand side, but Wingate didn't think that he could get the pass through the defensive player that was between he and Hinson.
David will have another one. Second-year player out of Georgetown.
David had an excellent first half, at 12 at halftime.
Showing no signs of that wrist injury that plagued him the last 2 weeks of training camp. 3:50 now to play and a 13.6er lead. When do you start bombing those 3-pointers, Coach?
Well, you have to have players who can make it.
Tisdale underneath.
They have 2 guys out on the floor right now, Reggie Miller and Chuck Person, that can take the shot. But Jack still feels there's plenty of time to get back in it before you take the threes. See, they've been doing a good job overplaying Wingate to his right-hand drive. They really have.
Reggie Miller with the good defense there, and here come the Pacers right back at him. This is Fleming. Tisdale and McCormick battling for that rebound and give it to McCormick, but not before a foul called on Wayman.
Tisdale, his second, team over the limit.
It's only the second foul on Tisdale, getting a lot of playing time tonight. One of the reasons being that early in the game, Herb Williams was in big foul trouble. He had 4 in the first quarter.
For the Sixers, Tim McCormick at the line, shooting 2.
Tim McCormick.
McCormick has played a solid game this evening. Nice job on the boards. Not an outstanding job, but a nice job. And he contributed heavily in the point production today.
Having trouble at the free throw line. He's missed 3 in a row. To these misses.
Yeah, and you know why it's sad? Because he's working hard to get the foul shots, and you hate to miss those because that takes you up into where you're a potential 20-point scorer for the night.
There's a turnaround by Herb Williams. You know, when Moses was having that great year here, he would be getting anywhere from 12 to 15 of those points of his right on the free throw line.
It's a 9-point spread right now with 2.5 to go.
As you well know. Barkley will try his luck at the line.
See, Wingate walked over and told Charles he was wide open, and he was. But Charles's opportunity, Charles has the ability to hang in the air, and then because of his strength, he can either take the shot, or if he does get hit, he can shoot it. If he doesn't get hit and he doesn't have the shot, which is C, the third option, he can still make the pass. Has the hang time.
He's got that. Incredible what he can do with that big body. Near steal, McCormick creates a break for Fleming, who goes right to the hoop, and he draws a foul. Fleming flying into the first row, and he'll go to the free throw line. 2:26 left to play, and it looks like Fleming is slightly injured, or maybe just trying to catch his breath.
Well, he takes it strong. McCormick gambles for the long pass. Now, when he goes to the bay, he gets hit here. He gets hit once, and look at this. 3 Sixers right on the ball. Now, this is what I like about the Sixer defense. Everyone is challenging every shot opportunity.
Little 20-second timeout, it turns out, as the aftermath of that collision. I didn't pick up on that.
See, once again, you must like what you're seeing in the exhibitions and in his first game with the Sixers on defense. Anytime a player gets beaten, you'll see the rotations are right there, and then they're also going for the shot block. Now you say, yeah, but they just fouled this guy. Well, he knows the next time that he goes down in that lane that they're going to be there. And you always want to send a message when you do get beaten and you do make your rotations. If you can't block the shot, make them make the foul shots.
That'll be the chore of Vern Fleming, and he doesn't do it. Roy Hinson, the rebound, and he's led the Sixers in that department tonight.
Underneath the basket was wide open.
12 boards for Hinson. Person leaning on Tim McCormick, and now back goes McCormick to the line. Now he's missed 4 in a row, so they got him thinking.
See, Person's in a state of shock because he felt that he just bumped him. Now, in the old days, we had the old force-out rule, which would bail a referee out in this situation. But right there definitely was contact. Even though it was minor, you still must put him on the line.
The old days. The old days, the gyms were so small, the fans, their feet used to touch the end line in some of those older.
Now, don't tell me you remember the days of the cage. Don't tell me you remember those days.
Post-cage.
Okay.
Slater Martin era. Williams, the rebound. On the 2-minute mark here with the Sixers ahead by 11. Seems like they've been ahead by 11 almost all this game. This is Reggie Miller. That's a...
You do knock that down. See, you have 1:52 to go, and you're only down 8. There's plenty of time. There really is. And you see, the trouble is, even in the exhibitions, the Sixer front line players were missing the foul shots. And you've got to make the foul shots if you're going to make the game easy on yourself going down the line.
5 seconds. Barkley, 3-point shot, and it... Coach, that has to be a dagger in the heart.
Yes, absolutely. Williams has 10 points this quarter. Really had a good quarter, but he early foul trouble. He, a non-entity in this one.
10 this quarter, but only 12 in the game.
Yeah, but see, he heard you say that he's never done anything in Philadelphia.
Here comes Fleming. Barkley on him. Dribbles it off his knee. And we have exactly 1 minute to play, and the Pacers now need a miracle. Sixers using up all of the 24 seconds if they can. Foul committed by Williams. It used to drive me nuts about you. We'd have a minute to play, and you'd have like 4 timeouts left. Use them all. And I'm trying to get home, beat the traffic, and you're calling timeouts one after the other.
Well, I can't believe down here that I had that many left at the end.
I think Jack will be a little bit more considerate. 105-95. 42 seconds to play. Turnover. Person trying to hurry it up the floor, ran with it before he got it, and now the Pacers are in deep trouble.
It's like we said at the top of the show. Jack Ramsey kind of a little disappointed in his ball club in the way that they ended the exhibition season. He said they're playing very ragged basketball.
McCormick.
Nice unselfish play that time by Wingate, rewarding the big men. When the big men get a chance to dunk, whether it's in the offense or out on a fast break, give them the ball. Let reward them for their hard work.
Here's Cheeks, and he can just roll up the floor with the ball here. 10 seconds left to go. Sixers will be 1-0. Blazers defeat the Indiana Pacers on opening night here at the Spectrum, 108-95.